Alrighty, it is Sunday, but I have to go back to Saturday really quick, so I unloaded the phone and I edited 2 audio files while I was working on coloring in the Happy 20 Chapters comic. I got tired and got off at like about 2. Took a rest after we had a snack, and then we walked down to Vaughn's. I picked up a ton of bottles and cans on the way there. Came home with coconut LaCroix. I worked on more audio and the comic when I got back until about 5. I ended up with 2 audio files left over to do. I got up and I went to sleep. I ended up waking up at 9. I couldn't sleep, so I went back on and I completed the audio. I ended up getting off at 10:30. I ended up getting lazy with the rest of the Happy 20 Chapters coloring. I didn't have it in me to do all the characters' individual outfits. So I ended up just getting off after I was done with their hair, their skin, and their eyes. I woke up at 4. I didn't really get up until 6 though. And Monica ended up making breakfast. So I turned on the laptop and I compressed my video, its first compression. After we ate breakfast, we hit Albertsons and we picked up more vegetables. We took a shower when we got home. I converted my video and then I compressed it again. And while it was compressing, I went back on. I edited all the little drawings I did for the chibis for chapter 19 and 20. I passed those off to Monica. I printed out the draft for Happy 30 Chapters. And then I finished Fuyar's pinup coloring. So it's ready, it just needs the background. After that, we ate lunch and we took a break at 11. And my computer decided to update. I don't want to know what it's going to do. So at 11, we hit the plaza. We browsed Five Below, Fallas Pretis, and Target until 1. While on our way to Target, we ended up finding someone's ID card in the parking lot. So we turned in the lost and found at Target. So hopefully, if the person comes back looking for it, they'll find it. When we got home, it was 1. I rested until I think 2. I don't really remember. I turned on my computer, but like I said, it's updating, so I can't do anything with it. So I decided to record instead. So that's where I am right now. This is what I need to do. I need to either work on the pinups, or I need to work on the extras in chapter 16 and 18 second extras. I haven't worked on them yet. I really want to do that, but at the same time, I have to actually reread them. Read the chapters. So I can either finish the script for chapter 39, because I still haven't done that. And I think that would be technically easier, so I should probably do that instead. I really need to go to the restroom. Also, I can update my YouTube. I haven't done that either. So I have a feeling as soon as my computer's done restarting, I'm going to have to restart one more time, because every time it has an update, it usually can't connect to the internet as soon as the update's installed. So I'm like, I feel like that's so weird. Alrighty then. That's as much as I can think of. I can't think of anything else. Alright, then I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Monday, but I have to go back to Sunday really quick. So I finished the chapter 39 script while I was loading the video. I got off and I went to bed about 4. I couldn't sleep, so I got back up at 7:30. I tried to decide what I wanted to work on during the evening, because originally I wanted to try to work on the chapter 16 and 18 extras, and I sort of worked on the chapter 16 extras. I thought about what I wanted to add. I ended up proofreading chapter 16 a bit. There was a lot of pages in there that I had to fix. Then I found out that the most recent Windows update that I got actually sort of messed up PaintShop Pro 9, so I had to get the installation CD, and then I had to read it, and then I could open it, and it annoyed me so much. I've never had this problem before. Oh, these new computers are so frustrating. Alrighty, so I ended up spending all night completing the pinup pictures. I didn't give him highlights in his hair, but I gave the girls highlights in their hair. His hair's a bit difficult to distinguish, that's why I skipped it. Other than that, the bed graphic that they're laying on, I ended up reusing from the first pinup from the last story. And after comparing all the characters, I feel like Flora looks the worst out of all of them. She doesn't look right. And the overshading that I used on her was supposed to be a slight purple hue. It doesn't flatter her at all. I feel like Marie fits in with the new ones, but I feel like Flora just doesn't. So, yeah, I did mess with the graphic a little bit. I ended up Gaussian blurring it some because I just want it to be a little bit less like pixely and more seamless. And I think that's virtually it. I didn't really do very much to make it different. At the moment, I don't know what will be paired off with these pinups. I think I put the 4-panel comics next to them just in case if I was gonna need them. I know that Clotilda is gonna need the 4-panel comic. I'm hoping I can get through hers pretty quickly because I actually know what the joke for hers is supposed to be, and I also have the accompanying picture that's supposed to go with it. For the first extra is already planned out, so I can probably get through that pretty quickly. But her chapter doesn't come out until chapter 26. That's like mid volume. So like, it makes me so upset that I'm kind of ahead. What else is there? I ended up getting off at like 11. I spent all night thinking about the sequel and Fauna and her relationship arc, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the situation with Byron and Clotilda, because I feel like bringing Clotilda back for the ending, even though it gives Fauna a chance to reconcile with her, I also feel like I could live without it, and I've always felt that way about Clotilda, which is very odd because like she's supposed to be like a very important character. I feel like I can get more mileage out of Fauna reconciling with Byron, but I also feel like the only person that Fauna really needs to be reconciling with by the end of the story is Fuyar, not anybody else. Because like they leave off on a specific note before the shit hits the fan, and at the same time I feel like maybe that is the reconciliation point, and they don't really need to reconcile anymore after that. But I feel like she does need to talk to him when he comes back, and I feel like putting Byron in between her touching base with Fuyar by the end of the story kind of feels like you can only have one relationship arc, you can't have two. So that's why I feel like I don't really need Byron and Clotilda coming back for the end of the story. I've been so frustrated with it because like I guess like I can think of things for them to do, but at the same time there's some things that just don't sit right with me. I don't know if I'll feel differently about it later in the future when the story progresses. I woke up this morning at 6. I was so eager to go back on. I wanted to play a few videos for Monica, and I also wanted to work on getting ahead with the extras. When I went back on, I found out that when the update updated, not only did it switch my browser, I lost like every single website I was logged into, so I had to re-log into every website I use. It was so annoying. Ugh. So yeah. After we ate breakfast, we hit Walmart, and we bought more fish. We got another serving of Grandma's chicken, and then we got back at about like 9:30, I think. On the way there, I ended up finding 2 dimes. I spent them there though. Ugh. And I got all these bottles. I think I managed to get all those bottles into the bags, didn't I? I don't really remember if I did or not. But yeah, I got back at 9:30. I completed the second extra for chapter 16. I finished proofreading the last 4 pages. I think I also proofread through chapter 17, and there's only like 1 page that needed something to be fixed, but that was it. It crashed at like 11, and I woke up at 1. Monica had called to make an appointment with the UCI, but her doctor wasn't available until December, so she had to get an appointment with a complete different doctor. It's going to be next week at 8, I think. Man, it's going to suck. I feel we're going to end up being late with the pages next week. That's frustrating. I should probably like start on them early and see how far I can get with them. Let's see what else happened to that. I went back on and I loaded chapter 16 and 17 to Tapas and Smack Jeeves, and then I loaded from 14 to 17 on my live journal, so I am officially out of the year 2018. It makes me so happy. As soon as I do the second extra for chapter 18, I can do the first chapter of 2019. My only issue is that everything that I need to complete the extras for 19 and 20 are not ready yet. They're just kind of frustrating. Okay, so right now I think it's like 3. It should be 3. Maybe it's still 2. It's either 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. But I'm trying to decide if I want to go back on and what I'll work on, because like right now I need to do, like I said, the second act of chapter 18. Monica has just finished Pasha and Fuyar's chibis for the notes section, but I don't have text for that yet, which is frustrating. I also can work on a script for chapter 40, but also I can work on the storyboard for chapter 39, which I kind of feel like I could live with holding off on that until next week. But I don't know if I really should do that. It's important to get the scripts ahead, but at the same time, I think I'm already like, I have 37 and 38 done, so I can hold off on doing 39 for a week. Hopefully if I could just go straight through 40, I can probably like have 2 storyboards to do while I'm there. I'm probably gonna run out of brain power before then though. Also when I go back on it, I need to make the YouTube graphics for October, November, and December. I still haven't done that yet, and those 3 months have themes and they're really easy to do, so I need to get through that. Is there anything else? I can't really think of anything else that's important. It was very overcasty today. It's gonna be mostly overcasty for the next 3 days, including today. And then the middle of the week is gonna be sunny, and then it's gonna be overcasty again towards the end of the week. So we'll see how that turns out. Is there anything else that's on my mind? I'm a little concerned about my AT&T bill, because like when I check my account, $60 had been with held. It just said it's on hold, and I think it's in concordance. It's coinciding with the actual e-check I sent, but I'm not 100% sure, because like the e-check doesn't go in until tomorrow, and it was on hold for today, which really confused me. So I don't know if I'm gonna end up paying AT&T twice, because once they have your money, they're not gonna give it back. If I end up paying AT&T twice, then we're only gonna have like $25 to eat food for the rest of the month, which sucks, because I still have a week left until money comes in. My only other idea is taking whatever recycling that I've gotten in the last like few days and cashing it in to meet the difference, but I don't know if that's gonna work out, because like I at least need like $5 more to reach $30, and at the amount that we have currently, I think we have a little bit more than $5. So I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Other than that, Monica believes that maybe the money that's on hold is actually the e-check, and it's gonna go through tomorrow. I have no idea. I'm just half expecting to get charged twice, because like this is the second time that's happened. I had it with the water bill, so I'm just like, it's nice because I don't have to worry about paying it again. But then it's also frustrating because like then I just I have to deal with the lack of money. So I don't want this week to go in a hurry, but I have a feeling it will, because I'm waiting for that money. Alrighty, so I don't know when I'm gonna go back on again. I don't know if I'm gonna go straight to work on the chapter 18 extras. I'm most likely probably am going to. Like I said, there's also the chibis I can work on, and I feel like those are technically easier than trying to think of text for 18. I need to at least proofread through 18 to think of talking points in it. And I feel like while I'm at it, I should really just do the whole arc, because like 18, 19, and 20 they all cover the same topic, and I could just proofread through it. I read that segment like so many times already. I don't know like how many times I've read through that, so I don't really think there's anything for me to like correct while I'm looking at it. But at the same time, I also feel like there might have been things that I skipped, but I just need to write down the talking points, the things that Pasha brings up, the things that Fuyar bring up while they're talking to each other, and it'll give me a better idea what kind of like malware stuff they're gonna be talking about. Is there anything else that's on my mind? I'm mostly just like tired right now. Like I said, it's like in between 2 and 3, so I'm probably gonna go back on between like 4 or 5. I don't really know. Alright, then that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Tuesday, but I have to go back to Monday really quick. So the last thing I did was I popped the second popcorn bag that we got from the family movie night a few days ago, and we ate that, and then we went to bed. And I woke up at around like 12 midnight, but I didn't get up until 2. I colored in the chibi sketches of Square and Pasha until like I think it was like 4:30. I was also browsing Pinterest for poses, and I was also listening to an audiobook. It's one of those motivational self-help books that YouTube randomly recommended to me, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll just play this in the background. So while I was on, I ended up checking my bank account to see if the on-hold money for AT&T was for the check that I had to pay. And at the time, my account activity said that the check went through, and that was it. The check was gone, and the on-hold money was still there. So I was like, oh, okay, so I assumed that the on-hold money was the check. I went to bed thinking that everything was perfectly fine, that we at least had $80 to end the month with. But after I went back to sleep at about 4:30, I woke up at 6, and I think it was actually 6:30. Monica was making breakfast. I told her this when we were eating breakfast together, and I went back on the computer to confirm it to her. And much to my horror, my first assumption was right. My second assumption was wrong. My first assumption was that I paid the bill twice, once through the AT&T website, and the other one with the e-check. So the e-check went through, and we paid. I think it was like $120 basically for. We paid the bill twice, so $60 is still on hold, and the $60 that was the e-check went through just fine. So we both agreed that in order to make sure this never happens again, I must never pay through the website ever again. So yeah, instead of having $80 to end the month with, we only have $25. So that's not good because we still have at least a week's worth to get through. So we'll see how it goes. We're going to try to refrain from spending it for the rest of the week. Tomorrow is hump day, so I'm hoping that the rest of the week will go quickly. I hate that our vacation basically falls on the same week that we have money struggles, because it makes me feel like waiting for more money to show up makes the week go faster, and then it makes me not get to really enjoy the vacation as much because I'm so busy worried about money, when during most of the month I'm worried about doing the chapters and I'm not really resting. So that's the other thing that's making me angry. Okay, so yeah. After we ate breakfast, we ended up leaving for the Buena Park Downtown Mall. I think we left between like 7:30 and 8. All I know is that we arrived and it was almost 9. So it took a long time to get there. Oh my god. The Walmart that has so much more stuff than the other Walmarts that we have over here. It almost makes me feel like we have like micro Walmarts compared to that Walmart. I mean, for crying out loud, they had yellow towels and a yellow bath mat. I've never seen that at the other Walmarts. They had a lot of stuff I wanted to get. Oh, I also had a chance to actually look at their spray paint selection. The 3 colors that we have decided that we wanted was like light teal and lavender and light pink. And the issue is that only one brand had the lavender, but the other 2 came from a different brand. So we might have to get those later. They might come out to like $12, I think, altogether. So after we were done, we visited Bed Bath & Beyond. It was quite boring. And then we checked out TJ Maxx and Kohl's. I feel like I checked out mentally when I was at Kohl's, because I didn't really want to go to Kohl's. And I was so busy thinking about all the stuff that I've been thinking about for the last few days concerning the character arc of Byron and Fauna. And I feel like the whole ride to this place, thinking about it, I feel like changed everything of what I wanted to have happen. In order to justify allowing him to come back for the finale, and for him not to slow down the progression of the story, I felt like it's important to use Byron as a vehicle to help Fauna conclude her character arc, and that's it. To have both of them have individual character arcs concluded will just slow me down. So I need to have him more or less figured out by the end, because I just don't have time to really spend too much time on him. So I need to make their last chapter together like really snappy. So yeah. Other than that, I feel like that finally got resolved. Alright, so Monica was looking for a bathroom in Kohl's. They did not have one. So then we went to Dollar Tree. They didn't have one. We went to Michael's, and thankfully they had one. And one of the employees unlocked it for us, so we used that. And then we wandered around for a while. And then as we were leaving, because we were getting tired, it was like 11 something or 10 something. I can't remember what time it was. All I know is that we were leaving, and we realized that the Toys R Us that's on the other side of the Aldi has been under construction. In fact, it's mostly still under construction, but the one side of the building has been turned into a Five Below. So we wandered around there for a little bit. I feel they have a slightly different selection, but more or less the store it's in the same order as our store. So yeah, that was interesting. I actually didn't expect the Five Below to be there, but like, when I saw it, I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense. As for the store that's going to go next to it, we haven't the slightest clue what's going to be in there. I feel like I can sort of justify it being a micro Target because there is a bigger Target like nearby. There's technically two Dollar Trees in the same vicinity. There's a Dollar Tree next to that one Target, and there's a Dollar Tree in this plaza over here. So it kind of makes sense to have two Targets. But it also makes me feel like it's probably going to be something else like a Hobby Lobby or whatever. I don't know. If it's a Hobby Lobby, I'm definitely going because we don't have a Hobby Lobby out here at all. Maybe a Joann's? I don't know. That'd be better because like the closest Joann's is even farther down the way. Alright, so we left at like 11:40. We got home at 12:50, right as the sun was coming out from behind the clouds, because like the only reason why we went out was because it was really overcast. And it didn't stay overcasty very long after 12. So when we got home, we ate lunch. We ate that second box of Grandma's chicken that we bought. And then I crashed until like 12:20. Monica didn't even fall asleep. I went back on and I started finishing the Chibi Pashas and Fuyars. And we got caught up with YouTube. I added a background to the files. I even chose a font to be Fuyar's handwriting. And then I saved it and I got off at 3:30. So everything that I wanted to do today, I did not get enough done. But I am in a position that all I need to do is just work on the text for everything and I'll be caught up. So I don't really see myself finishing the chapter 19 and 20 extras. I don't see myself finishing them today. I can kind of see myself finishing them like tomorrow and then some. This is what I want to do tonight. If I have free time, I'm going to work on the YouTube graphics and then start working on the chapter 18 extras. Second extra. I want to get the chapter 18 extra done before the night's over. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that though. I need to proofread the chapter and then I need to take notes of all the things that I want to comment on. Part of me feels like I should proofread through both chapters just to get a feel of what information needs to be relayed over the next 3. And leave it at that, but I don't know. I'm hoping that I won't really need need another Today I Learned for either 19 or 20, and I could reuse the next or post in the next Ask Amymone. Other than that, I'm so tired. Is there anything else? I think that's virtually it. Because we took a shower late earlier, we took a shower on Sunday instead of Saturday. We're not taking a shower today, we're taking a shower tomorrow. I figure tomorrow morning. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Wednesday, but I have to go back to Tuesday really quick. So we decided to end the day visiting the plaza. I can't believe we had the energy to go. I mean, like, I was still extremely tired from all that bicycling we did earlier in the day. So we ended up taking $20 out of the emergency stash, and we bought some food. By the time we were done, we ended the day with $6, and we had made plans to go to Bank of America tomorrow, as in today, to deposit it. So I think we went to bed about 6. I tried so hard to wake up in the middle of the night, but I couldn't. I ended up waking up at, I think I woke up at 4, but I didn't really get up until 5. And I spent the morning doing the one thing that I've been trying to do for the last 2 months, which is make YouTube graphics for October, November, and December. And I finally got those done. So those are done. I want to make brand new graphics for January going forward in 2019, but at the moment I don't have any solid plans yet to go forward with that. So yeah, we ended up watching YouTube as we ate breakfast, and then after breakfast we walked down to Bank of America. It was Monica's idea to take the remaining 100 that was with the 20, so technically it was 80 left over. So she wanted to put that with the $6 and put it into my account so we can get other food from Vaughn's. So we did that. We got apples. What else did we get? I know she wanted to get cheese. And we got pot pie again. And we got home at about like 8:30. The first thing we did was take a shower. I resumed work on the second extra for chapter 18 after proofreading through the whole episode. I ended up feeling like I didn't really like want to put a Today I Learned there, so I put my remaining Ask Amymone there instead. And now I officially have no more Ask Amymone set up in advance, so I need to like at least make like I'm gonna say like 3, 4, or 5 more. I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna have time to do that. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be needing too many Ask Amymones for volume 3, but I'm hoping to get some of that done. Let's see. So the first thing I did was attempt to upload the chapter to Smack Jeeves, and then I noticed right away that they have a brand new scheduling page scheduling setup. So what happens, instead of typing out the date and time or using a drop down menu for the date and time, they have a calendar system like LiveJournal and a clock system that I've never seen before. I felt the clock system wasn't necessary. They didn't have to go to that degree making an analog looking clock so you can decide when you want to like post your thing. I mean, it's novelty, but it's really not necessary. So I fussed with doing that for all of my pages, but when I loaded my pages, much to my horror, they did not actually go to the date and time they were supposed to. Since we're on chapter 18, it's supposed to be the first Thursday of January, and like it didn't work. So I ended up having to delete what I loaded because it went straight up for today. It didn't actually go up to January. So I can't like schedule ahead with Smack Jeeves until they fucking figure out their stupid new scheduling thing. So instead I ended up loading to Tapas, and that's it. That's all I could really do for now. So I'm like, I don't really know what to do about that. I figure I'll just ignore them for the next month, and hopefully by the end of the month they would have figured it out. I'm like, that's the best case scenario. I figure somebody will figure it out in the staff if they didn't do it right. I got tired. Literally like took the last of my energy, and like I had to get off. So like it's 11 now. We already ate lunch. I completely forgot to mention that. So what do I need to do? I have to work on these first and second extra for chapter 19 and 20. I'm gonna try to get through the Today I Learned first and see what I can do about that. Mostly I need to proofread the chapters and figure out what I want to add or change or whatever. So that's gonna happen. I don't know if I should go back through chapter 4 because it's going up tomorrow and proofread through it. I feel like I don't need to. I've already read through it back when I was doing the extras for this chapter, so I feel like I don't need to, but at the same time I feel like, well, maybe I should probably take a look at it. Okay, so is there anything else that's on my mind? Other than that, I want to get 19 and 20 done tomorrow so I can focus on any of the upcoming new extras for volume 3. The one I want to get done is this extra, first and second extra for chapter 23. For the first time we see Fauna's full spread outfit, but I haven't had a chance to really like draft out what I want that to look like. So I'm thinking about doing that a little right now, but I kind of want to take a slight break. I mostly just need to go to the bathroom right now. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. Is there anything else besides that I want to do? And then I also have to work on the Happy 30 chapters because I printed out the draft for that. And I haven't done anything with that. I also haven't started planning to write. Actually, not quite. I've been sort of thinking about what's going to happen in chapter 40. I need to write that script. I also need to work on the storyboard. So I have a lot of things I need to do. I just haven't like gotten a chance to organize what I'm going to do and when I'm going to do it. So yeah, all right. Wish me luck. Alrighty, then that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Thursday, but I have to go back to Wednesday really quick. So, I messed around planning the art for the extras, and then I took a quick nap. I got up at like 2 p.m. I did a little bit of meandering until 2:30. We went back on, and then I scanned the few extras I worked on. I did the extras for chapter 23 and 50, since they were the only two I was really excited about doing. Like I said, chapter 23 is the first time we see Fauna's outfit, and then chapter 30, Blade decides to get rid of her. Okay, so while we were watching YouTube, I stopped and I worked on printing out a little storyboard booklet for the extras, because while I was trying to work on them, I realized that the thumbnail size I was used to scribbling in the extras was severely smaller than the cardboard stencil I made, and I wanted the stencil to be bigger. So I ended up printing out, I think it was four thumbnails per page for the booklet, and I printed out I think it was 12 pages worth of it. Each individual piece of paper is worth 4 pages, so I printed out 3 pieces of paper and put together, it made a 12-page booklet. Okay, so we left for the tenant meeting about 4. The whole entire meeting was 50% voter registration, and then half of it was about the school and the kids, and then the rest of it was about any community notices or whatever. So yeah, I actually did not know that you can get paid for volunteering to do a voting session with a voting facility. And you pretty much spend all fucking day there, but they give you at least $400 for your time. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. That's a really good reason to register to vote. But yeah, I didn't know that. No one ever told me that before. It was the first time I had ever heard of such a thing. So yeah, while the whole meeting was going on, I ended up thumbnailing through the extras I got all the way up until we had to be approached by Gan, and there's at least 2 or 3 more extras after that one I could thumbnail, but I didn't get that far. So we got home. I really wanted to scan them, but I was too tired, so I went to bed at 6. I woke up at 11:30. I ended up scanning through my booklet, and then I proofread chapter 19, and I tried so hard to think of something to comment on chapter 19. I wrote a few things down. I didn't really like them, but I didn't finish them right away. I ended up getting off at about 3 o'clock in the morning. I felt kind of crampy, my period was gonna happen, but I waited all day, it never came. My God. So I was jumping ahead though. The only other thing that happened was I tried to schedule with Smack Jeeves again, and it's still broken. So I ended up just giving up on it. Alright, so I woke up at 5 a.m. I didn't get out of bed until 6:30. I woke her up at 6:30. She got out of bed. And then we ate breakfast and we left for Northgate to get water at about 7:30ish. And I think we got back sometime before 9. I don't really remember when. But I went back on, I completed the second extra from chapter 19 and 20. And I am a little annoyed with chapter 20 second extra, because I feel like I just repeated back all the information that was already stated. And that bugs me a bit, but I feel like it was either that or comment on other information, how where I was talking about Dominic. And I feel like it's a little too soon for Pasha to be making an assumption about Dominic just yet, because he doesn't really have an opinion about her until he meets her, and where we are presently, he already hates her. So I feel like I needed to emphasize the stuff that was mentioned about the Hurricane Brigade. So I ended up just repeating back or summarizing down everything that Pasha had learned. It was important because this information that the audience is definitely going to forget at some point, and it's all information that you need to retain before you get to the rest of the story. So yeah. So I feel like I should just leave it and not touch it, but it does bother me because Pasha doesn't have very much he doesn't have very much to say about anything. He does just condense down everything that Square says. So I don't know if I'm gonna leave it. I feel like I don't want to touch it. I just want to leave it alone, but I am bothered by it. So I feel like it's one of those extras where I couldn't do anything better with it. And I really am mostly just worried about what I'm going to do about the notes section, because all I have to do is chapter 19 and 20's first extras, which are both Fouille's notes, and I just need to like organize what I want to say about that. I have nothing at the moment. I mean, I've been thinking about it for the last while. I've been thinking about it really hard because trying to figure out what I want to do about Byron. So yeah, rested for a little bit. I mostly messed around with my journals and planners and the extras again. Monica and I swept the floor, and then we went back on briefly around noon to look at the internet for a little bit, but we got off at 1 because we both got extremely sleepy. So we took a nap until 3, right now it's 3 o'clock. So I'm recording audio. We're going to go back on a moment to look at YouTube. I'm trying to see what else there is that I want to do. I've been collecting clothing for Fauna for the finale, and even though that we're really far away from the finale, it's not going to be a long time before we get there. I'm trying to think of other things for her to wear. I'm also trying to think of other clothing for Byron if he actually does end up coming back. So, and I don't know about Clotilda at the moment because I feel like I'm still in that position where I don't care what happens to her. She could come back, she could not come back as far as I'm concerned, and but I feel like it's more important to me to figure out what to do with him. So I'm still trying to figure that out. This is the second to the last recording. So tomorrow I have to unload the phone. After my last recording, I have to unload the phone and then start editing, which is not good because I have other things I need to be doing. My other goal I need to do, I was hoping to do the script for chapter 40 today. All I gotta do, a little bit I gotta do, was just brainstorm through what was going to be said and what each character's argument and stance is, which is good. It'll help me fly through it faster. Other than that, I have to organize when they say those topics, which is a lot different than just coming up with the topics. And then what else do I need to do? I want to do that, but I also need to print out the chapter 37 and 38 drafts. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do both. I want to try to do both though. I know that one of them is going to be mostly combat. I think that's 37. I don't really remember how much combat is in 38. I think there's mostly talking in 38. So I need to do that too. Alrighty, is there anything else that I need to talk about? I think that's virtually it. No, it really is nothing else on my mind. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday really quick. So after I recorded, I went back on, we watched YouTube, and while we were getting caught up with YouTube, I was collecting all these different outfits I saved for Fauna's outfits for the finale. I had a couple of things in mind. I wanted something that was kind of like a pencil skirt, and I wanted something that was kind of like either a long dress. And I was really going back and forth on some of these ideas. In fact, I don't even know if I really like the stuff I ended up with in the end, honestly. I think I might try to fix them some more. Other than that, I'm kind of torn. We ended up getting off at 4. I tried to go to sleep, but I decided to stay up and work on the script for chapter 40. 3 things happen. They escape, Dominic makes a comment, and then we go back to the Philippe and the others. And that's it. And initially I didn't feel like anything was accomplished. But I'll talk about how I feel about it now. The first I need to stay in chronological order. The absolute last thing that happened was that I started my periods. I took painkiller at 7. And that was pretty much it. I went to bed. Okay, so I woke up at 4:30. I took another painkiller. And I went straight to typing out the script for chapter 40. And in the process of typing it out, I made a little bit longer. I added a little bit more dialogue, and that's it. But all I know is that it seemed like it was horrendously longer than how I remember when I wrote it out. It was only 1 page long when I wrote it out. So I'm excruciatingly confused about why it seems so long. I mean, there is some combat in it, so it could not be any longer. But I also feel like I don't even know if I can get the last scene in. I don't know if it's actually gonna fit. I'm getting the impression that it might not. But chapter 39 is actually much shorter, and it's way more combat heavy. So I wonder if I have anything left over, should I move it into chapter 34? I don't know. Okay, so yeah. Now I have the storyboards for chapter 39 and 40. I need to do. I need to make time to do that. Let's see. I got off at 6. We ate breakfast, and then I messed around a little bit with my 2019 calendar. I went back on at about like I think it was 10, and I started working on Fouillard's notes, and I got halfway through the chapter 19 page before 10. We got off and we hit Target. We bought stuff to celebrate the anniversary. When we moved in is the 30th of this month, and we just got back at 11:30, I think it was ish, or almost 11, and I took a painkiller at 11:30, and I was expecting to go back on about like noon, so it's almost noon right now. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do because I need to edit audio, and I cannot edit audio while I'm doing extras. So I'm thinking it makes more sense to just focus on editing the audio and then setting up the drafts now. So I'm thinking about doing 37 and then 38 together, and then I'm going to go back and start assigning which frames are going to have interiors or exteriors or whatever. I don't know what it is. It's like really definite backgrounds. Those are the ones I'm gonna have to like put the most effort into. So I have to decide them then. So as far as I remember, 37 had 2 scenes, which was Fauna fighting Simon, and then Marie talks to Dominique. And then chapter 38 had 2 scenes, which was the continuation of Fauna fighting Simon, and then Flora goes after Pasha. So I need to get as much done for both of them as possible. I think since I feel like the interior scenes should go pretty fast, the exterior scenes are going to probably take a lot longer. And also, I know that the majority of the combat scenes are going to look unintelligible, because like I was just like drawing poses. I wasn't really sure how I wanted to look, and like I need to go back to my pose folder and try to think about what I want to, the appeal poses to be, because like at the moment I'm not really sure. I mean, I had some general like ideas of where they should be positioned on the page, and like what angles they should be at, but that's virtually it. Other than that, I don't really know about the actual appeal of each pose. So yeah, other than that, what else am I up to? I think that's virtually it. I need to unload the phone now and edit it. What else do I need to do? No, I really think that's virtually it. Okay then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one.